Hello everyone, this is Maria from mariascraftingcorner.com. Welcome to our fourth project for the paper pumpkin kit alternatives for the month of August. Super excited about this kit. It was definitely a hit with our customers. If you don't know what Paper Pumpkin Kit is, it is a monthly subscription by Stampin' Up, and it costs $23.50 a month, and that includes shipping. And it's really a wonderful opportunity for you to increase your stamp collection, increase your ink color collection, because each box will bring a exclusive stamp set. It will bring what we call a stamping spot. Let me see. I always mix and match. So it's just a tiny ink pad for you to utilize. It will include whatever you need. So card bases, it will include cutouts if you need that. It will include adhesive or it will include sometimes it has some ribbon to it. It kind of depends on the project and what they designed. So I try very, very hard to utilize only what's in the kit. That's my goal. My goal is not to put anything extra, so you don't have to buy anything extra, as you know, already bought the paper pumpkin kit. And that this is a way for my customers too to have other ideas of what else to do. And if you don't know, I am a Stampin' Up demonstrator, and if you would like a catalog, please let me know. Send me an email to maria@mariascraftingcorner.com, and I will very, very gladly send you a catalog. Actually, at this point in time, we have two catalogs. We have the annual catalog and we have the holiday catalog. So I can send you both for free. All I will need is your address. And also, if you're interested in my rewards, do go to my website, which is mariascraftingcorner.com, and check my rewards. So for every $15 and more before shipping and handling, you will be able to get a free product. Let's go to the crafting table. Okay, here we are. Let me remove my email because you really don't need it. So I want to show you this is the paper pumpkin kit for September, which I forgot to mention that you have to subscribe before or by the 10th of each month. So in order to get September, you needed to be subscribed to the paper pumpkin kit by September 10th, because it ships on the 11th of each month. So now you're just in time to get subscribed to these two beauties that are coming. One of them is tags and the other one is cards. I think that the one that's coming is this one that has like the lines here, and those are the cards. It seems like it's going to be beautiful and adorable, so don't miss it. If you do the prepaid subscription, so you pay like for $3 in a month, you will also be eligible for a free gift from me. Okay, so I want to mention that each paper pumpkin kit brings its instructions. These would have been the cards you would be able to make if you just follow the instructions. Aren't they just gorgeous? And these are the instructions, and as you can tell, they are pretty self-explanatory and easy to use. As usual, our paper pumpkin kit it combines or it matches or all or some of our cardstock and whatnot, and even some of our stamp sets. So they mentioned them in here, so if you're interested. And this is everything though. You got 9 beautiful envelopes. These envelopes were to die for. There's the 3 card vases, some cutouts like I mentioned to play with, and bottom line, it was just a gorgeous kit table. So I am a little bit ahead this time. Most of the time it seems like I am behind when I come to the paper pumpkin kit, but today I try to do a few of the things beforehand so we could talk about them, but not necessarily kind of take all the time doing certain things. So beforehand I cut two pieces. These are both 11 by 4 1/4. And they are scored at half, and all those measurements will be linked below. I have, because like I mentioned, I don't bring anything else besides my tools, and most of the times I bring a piece of white cardstock. So I have already created, used my blending brush to create some yellow cardstock, right? One of them I colored all the way through, so both sides. The other one, I just colored one side. And I'll show you here why in a second. If you want to see how I did this, I'm going to link it up here for you guys. And you can check out. I think it was on my second paper pumpkin kit where it hit me that I needed more color cardstock. And I didn't want to bring extra cardstock. But hey, we had the ink spot that it was brought to us, that the kit brings, and so we can just create our own kind of cardstock, right? So we're going to be doing a crisscross card. And that's why I said you needed some of it colored, but not all of it colored. So one of them, so this will have to go in the back, because I don't know if you've seen Chris cards before. They kind of go like this. This will go cut on this angle, and this one cut in this angle, and they will meet. So all we're making sure is that every side it's covered with color, okay? And since we know now that this is going to be the one we're going to cut, I'm going to make a little tiny marking here, and then I'm going to do the same thing on this end, okay? So I mentioned that this is 11 by 4 1/4. I am going to cut from this side, which is the one that's going to keep here. I'm going to cut maybe a 1/16, so we don't have these extra on when you put them together. I'm going to mark it here because this is going to be covered, and I know that I have to take here, and I'm going to take about a 1/16. I think a 1/16 is good enough. And if you don't know, oops, let me move this in my camera view. Where the 16th is, it will be, it's the edge of this brown line here. So that will be our 16th. I'm just going to cut it real quick. And now, if you put it back again, let me move this so it's not making all noises, you will see that it fits a whole lot better. There you go. So it fits perfectly okay. I hope that makes sense. Now, the easiest way to cut this, so this is going to cut this way. So I'm going to mark these here again, and this one is going to mark this way. So we know that this has to go this way, and this one has to go this way. And I'm just going to go ahead and put it like so. We are going to align in our trimmer. Let me make sure. Yeah, there it goes. That you can see well. We are going to align in our trimmer this corner that we have marked with the score line in the middle. I am going to move these to this side because it's usually easier to cut from this straight line than starting here where there is just the corner. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut. And there's one, so we know this one goes that way, and we're going to cut this one, and we have the mark here, and it goes this way, right? And I had marked this one too, but it's the score line, so it goes from there to the score line. And if we make a mistake, there's no problem. We can always color it back again, right? So just make sure that both ends are aligned and go for it. Okay, so let's go back to what we have. Let me move this in here, and this goes here. We had already cut a tiny bit in here just to make sure that this will fit perfectly okay there, right? And there's no leftover on the back. and this one will go here. Okay, that's what we got. So that is our basic cardstock. Now I am going to decorate first before moving forward. The other thing is that usually, I'm going to move this back in here. Usually we put the sentiment or the rest of the card in here. I am going to not do that in here. We're going to leave it open, but I'm going to leave this as a pocket, so we can put some extra stuff in there. Hopefully that works. Okay, so now we're going to decorate this, and I am just going to bring real quick a base that came with the kit, and I'm just going to bring this one because I no longer have the green one. So this is the basic card base. So what I did is I aligned this, of course, and cut it in half this way. Now, unfortunately, because this is not cardstock and the other side is, you know, I have the measurements here. The other side will not fit exactly, and I'll show you here with my green cardstock. So I have this piece, and let me bring the other piece. I think this is the one. So nope, that's not the one. So bottom line, I had this green cardstock. I cut it in half, right? So I got one piece that will look okay in this side, but the other one, let me show you this better. I'm not doing a very good job. Okay. So what I'm trying to say is I cut that piece and that works very well for this side, but this piece, the leftover piece, would not work because it will create the same piece. It will work really well if you have like designer series paper that has another side, and so you could use that side to just put it in here, right? But we don't. So I had thankfully 2 leftovers of these green, and I could cut them and get the right pieces. Now let's move to this piece. This piece, and I'm going to bring that one again just because this piece works very, very well here because it is the exact measurement. So this card base measured 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and this is what this piano measured initially, right? So what we need to do is we're going to cut 1/8 on each side, okay? And I already did that with this one, but I want you to see the difference. And I don't know if you can see it very well, but all I did was cutting 1/8 of this side and 1/8 of this side. And I am going to do this with this one so you could see exactly what I did. All I did was align it in my trimmer, use my right side of the trimmer, which is very useful, and go to the 1/8, which is that first little line there, and cut. Okay, and I did the same thing. On this case, I just use the white side. It doesn't matter, but I just use it so I can have this edge, longer edge against my trimmer, and cut 1/8. Okay, so now you have a smaller piece that will fit perfectly okay in here. I hope that makes sense. So let's go back to our decorating. I took, and I have it here, this is one of the other pianos that the kit brought, and I just thought this was going to look really, really cute this way. I'm just making sure I have everything on the right side, and I do. I do? Yes, I do. I have my other piano already ready. This one, it's already smaller because these pianos that the kit brings are 1/4 smaller than the original card base. And I'm going to bring a card base just to explain what I'm saying. This is a regular card base, right? 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. This piano was 4 by 5 1/4. You see, it was quarter smaller. So by me cutting these an eighth, I was able to just create a layer with, and as you can tell, this fits fairly okay. So I am going to bring my glue because I am going, oops, it's opening the wrong side. Let me bring my silicone craft sheet. We already know I'm messy. I'm not using the Stampin' Seal Plus or anything else because this has a smaller border. So I'm gonna try to do the best I can to put some little glue in there so it doesn't go over. And I'm doing this, I have to say, to be honest, it was so funny. I realized that from the kit, I had not used this piece at all. Like I had used it for cutting, so I could get the flowers, so I fussy cut them, but I did not use them like as they were intended at all. So I figured we were going to do that here, and it's going to create a beautiful card. Whoops, there's something else. And we are going to now, and I'm going to say this, always be mindful that you're doing it the right way. So I had it like here and immediately put it this way, so I know it has to go on this side and I don't get confused. And I have this one is easier because this one's white, right? But just be mindful of that. And of course we could use our Stampin' Seal Plus, but honestly I'm going to use this, I'm going to use glue because this is triangles, and for some odd reason triangles and I are not very good friends. Two things, I don't know if you can see it, but I can. There is still a little bit of ink of my pencil there. And the second is these flowers a little bit off, and I like it that it's a little bit off. It goes into the green and it goes into the yellow, so I think that gives it like a really nice look. And we're going to do the same thing. Like I mentioned, I already had this one already glued, so it speeds up our process a tiny bit. I have decided that I definitely talk too much when I'm doing these videos, and we're going to have the same thing. Okay. In the sense, two things. I see some pencil marks, and this leaf is also underneath. I mean, like going over both edges. This is going to go here. And I'm aligning these as best as we can. Now it comes to make sure which side I want. And I think I like this decoration better. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put glue on these three sides, right? And we're going to align this as best as we can and include it there and glue it there. I'm making sure that this aligns well on this side as well, okay? Because if not, you will be able to see that yellow. I mean that white over the below the yellow. Okay, so that's that, and then we're going to have this one here. And yes, we are going to glue these in here. And we're going to glue this side on the other side, right? We are not putting glue on this side because, like I explained, we can still, oh, whoa, I almost made a mistake. Phew, people. So I like these. This one is a part of the other card base. Actually, is this card base. I have already cut it, but I really like it because if you put it like this, you're going to have these flowers in the back there, and you'll be like, you'll have some extra decoration. And that's why I chose to keep these closed, but we're going to keep that open. I'm going to cut these, I think a 16th more. I had already cut it. So initially this, I had already cut a 16th. So it was 5.5 by 4.25. So I had already cut a 16th of it, but I am cutting an, 1/8 of it, but I am cutting a little bit more because I don't know if you could see, but it was kind of tight. Okay, and all I cut was a 1/16. I will include that in the measurements below. And these can have, you know, we're putting the glue and we are centering as best as we can. It's less important for it to be centered here in a line than it is on top, right? And we are going to go now. I have glue all over my hands because that was gluey. We're going to go again, put some glue here and close this one. And this one still has some glue in spite of me trying to steal it. And we're going to close this one. And that's basically our card. These will have the opening to put another card. This is going to have to be much smaller. This is 5 by 4, and I think I'm still going to I'm going to make it 4 3/4 by 3 3/4. And I'm going to tell you guys why. I have found out that every time I try to do this, this needs to be much smaller because I guess the glue expands and then it doesn't fit correctly. So I have decided that this needs to go this way and for it to fit. Okay, so again, it will be 4 3/4 by 3 3/4, and like I said, I'll have those measurements there. My grid paper is fighting with me today, so I am going to try to fix it real quick, and that is not going to fix it. There you go. Let's see. That's straightish and straightish. And this is really the gist of our card. I did bring, let me see, I did the same thing I have done with the other sunflowers in the other cards. I just colored them a little bit. I really like coloring them. I think it gives them a lot of life. And then I have some leftovers, and I want to move this one a tiny bit here from the kit, and I'm just going to move these and see where can I put them that it decorates them well. And I am just going to make this like so. Let me see, I'm moving that there. Let me go this one up, oops, up here maybe, like so, and this one there, or maybe not. Maybe I'll just include it here. Let's see, I like that one there. We'll see where it goes, because we still have to figure out where we're going to put our sentiment. And of course, we have some of those beautiful bees that I absolutely adore. Let's work with the sentiment. So we have two options for the sentiment, and I brought both of these, which are included in the kit. One is for a one of a kind, and I really like that one. Or we can do this one. This could be a thank you note, or this one that says wishing you all the happiness. I'm trying to decide which one I like better. I think I want the bigger one. So let's work with this one. Let me bring my block. I didn't mention this at the beginning, but your first paper pumpkin kit will bring a block like this. That's the block it will bring. I usually use my own blocks just because it's easier. They are right there. And I am going to use our soft suede for this one instead of yellow. And I've been using that color for most of the sentiments through these series of alternatives. I'm going to ink this well. My head is probably going to go in there. I'm moving this as here as I can so it's straightish. Hopefully my big head didn't go there. That did very well. I'm just cleaning my stamp. Do remember to always clean your stamps. It makes a big difference in keeping them in good shape for a very long time. And I'm going to move these in move it out of the way because I call them disaster waiting to happen. So we have our little, whoops, message here. So this is going to go there. And I am thinking I want a bee in here. And I had all sorts of bees out, and I think they all flew away because I can't find them now. I'm going to bring my my little kit here, and I'm going to grab at least a couple of them. So there's one, and there's some. Now I can see them all. Again, they probably flew away. Okay, so this is going to be mainly the card. We're going to put a bee here, maybe we have a few bees in here. We have 4 of them. So let's start putting this card together. I want to put this one lower, and I'm going to use glue. I was playing on the other side. But I like them better with the brown color. And I'm making these like so. There. Okay, and because that one is in already, I am going to put some glue in the areas that this one is going to go, which is this side, right? And there we're going to glue that one like that. So we make sure, I'm making sure that there's no glue in there. And because I'm not sure, I think that one had a tiny bit of it. And that's going to be there. I like it. I like that option. Now the second one, the second sunflower, I'm going to put like here to this side. Okay, I'm going to move these a tiny bit here. That's the glory of using glue, right? And I'm going to put this one a little bit to here. So we have this space here, but we can still see this sunflower. I was really thinking of putting this one somewhere else, but I really think that it's too much as it is, and we don't need to do that. This sunflower, I am going to put on dimensionals, and you guys know that I don't waste anything on this studio, on my craft room. I am very mindful, and so I use everything that comes in the dimensionals, and this piece is what comes around our dimensional sheet. So is that piece, and oh, there you go, you can see it better. So that piece, so it's the border of it, and I just love it because you just got yourself some extra dimensionals, right? Okay, so this one is going to go in here like so. Okay, and this is going to go in here, and I'm going to also pop it up, and I have some leftovers still. Okay, that one seems to be not working very well, and I just cut that. Oops, there you go. And just going to put one on each side. I think this one's going to be a little too long. If you hear noises, it's my big dog that is here with me, hanging out. He likes to hang out with me when I craft. And this one is going to go in here. Okay, so a couple of things. I have a little bee that I'm going to put in the sentiment. So a little bit of glue, grabbing it the wrong way, and there it is. It's flying. And I don't know if you can tell, but this center's a little bit off for some reason. I didn't notice it, but of course we can save that with another bee. And this bee seems to be looking that way. So I'm just going to put it in there. And maybe like so, like in here. So we have, so it kind of distracts the eye from the fact that I could not center that thing for some reason. And I'm going to include a last bee in here because they're very noticeable in that area. So this could be like this. I still think that we can create something here. This will fit either way, right? We can put it in here if we want, and when you put it all, it's going to be, or we can put it in here if you want. The only complication I have about putting it on the inside is that we don't have any ribbon. So the kid did not bring any ribbon or a way to make a hole. So I am going to use my, take your pick, and I'm going to create a hole, okay? And I'm going to go through. You see how I'm going through all over? Okay. So that has just created a tiny hole for us. I am just going to use a little piece of ribbon that, not ribbon, twill, if I can find it, that came with the previous paper pumpkin kit. I am pretty sure that you probably have something similar in your card, you know, in your stash of ribbon, of twill, of something that you could put in here. And I am going to actually do this double, so it's fun. I know it's a little bit thicker, but this is very thin, right? So I'm really putting them together there and getting them in here. Now I have to be mindful that this is double, so it's 2 pieces there. And now we have kind of like that, a little thing that will tell the owner of the, or the recipient of the card, that there's something in here that they need to pull. I am just going to kind of put it like that. And I am going to use the this other one that says, oops, wishing you so much happiness, and I'm just going to put it in here. So this is definitely going to be a birthday card. I had already used this one and it's already clean, so we are able to utilize this. The other thing I have decided, by the way, is that I am going to start using more often my Stamparatus, because that will help me stamp these without putting my big head on it. Sorry, I was trying to focus on getting these. And as you guys know, I don't make anything straight, so I'm not going to even fight it. I'm just going to go ahead and put this one here like that. Put it in the water. And you know, I realized I have not used any of these. Isn't that funny? So I'm just going to create some fun like around here, maybe like that. And I'm going to use our another block here, and I'm going to use our yellow. So let me bring the Crush Curry stamp pad. I have not used this one, so I'm making sure it's okay. And I'm just going to go there, and I'm just going to go there. And we just created some extra interest for this and the recipient, and we can still write some, you know, a little note there for our one-of-a-kind friend. Let me move this out of the way, and this is going to fit here. And you see what I'm saying? For some reason, all the time, it just does not fit well. I don't know what's with me and these calculations. So I'm still going to make it a tiny bit smaller. I'm going to take another 1/16 on this side. Instead of 4 3/4, this is going to be 4 and I'm going to make it 4 5/8. So it's on 8ths and not 16ths. Okay, and I sure hope this fits. And we're going to put it in here again. Hopefully this works. And there it is. Ah, finally. So it's tight on this side, but then the person will know that there's something here that they can take away. And that's where you're going to write your note. You can, you know what, you can probably put here like a gift card, because it will go all the way. Maybe leave it like there so they can see it, or include the gift card in here, right? So lots of options in this case. Let's see, let me put it up. I sure hope you enjoyed this video. This was a little bit quick. I hope you do have something similar for like this twill. If you've been receiving your paper pumpkin, that was from July's kit. I want to say even May's kit June and May's kit brought some twills. So that was just a leftover from it. But like I said, I sure hope you have something similar at home where you can utilize. Let me come back. There I am. So thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. I hope you like the card. This would be, I think, our last card for the September paper. No, my mistake. For the August paper pumpkin kit alternatives. I am filming this on the 14th. So yeah, on the 14th, and my paper pumpkin kit for September is already shipped. So I am hoping I'm going to get it next week before our next Thursday paper pumpkin kit alternatives. If I don't, then we'll have another one of these. Thankfully, I still have a few of maybe we'll have to get creative for that day. But I think / wishful thinking, maybe I will get that the kit before next Thursday. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to send me an email to Maria at mariascraftingcorner.com. I sure hope you touch base with me if you have questions, if you have doubts, if you just want just to chat. I'm there for you, and I can help you. I kind of learn about Stampin' Up! If that's what you want to do. Don't forget, very important, this video is going to go live tomorrow. So tomorrow, which is September 15, 2022, we are going to have a 24-hour sale in Stampin' Up! And it will include most of the stamp sets in our annual catalog. I will be posting in my website the list. I think it's just a great opportunity. It's 15% off. And so that's quite a good discount and completely worth it. Okay. So thank you for being here. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. I forgot one detail. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. It helps us a lot here in YouTube. And if you like the general content of the channel, please subscribe and hit that notification bell so you're able to get notified whenever I go live or whenever I upload videos. So again, help me out here. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up, and subscribe if you want to. Now, I do hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. Thank you so much.